take you through my personal IFAK. And for those of you that don't know what an IFAK is, that is an individual first aid kit. This is basically your down and dirty, what you would need in an oh shit situation. We'll go through it here, and everything that I have in here is stuff that I would imagine would be needed in an emergent situation of trauma or an unconscious person. God forbid it's myself or somebody else. But your IFAK is basically your first aid kit for yourself in a dire situation. So we'll take you through it and go over everything that's inside. So basically here is my personal IFAK individual first aid kit. On the very outside pockets, I have a pair of just plain Jane trauma shears that came with a kit that I got off of Amazon. It's got an oxygen wrench here on the scissors themselves. There's a clip here if you want to clip them to like a carabiner or something like that. I just keep them on the outside of the kit for clothing removal or cutting of, rope entanglements or stuff like that. There's people that say you can cut through copper pennies with these, but once you do that with these cheap shears, you're not going to be able to cut anything cloth-wise. It's like a once and done kind of thing to cut through something thick like that. On the outside, again, I have 2 glow sticks, and some people say, okay, why are you carrying glow sticks in your IFAK? Well, if your flashlight's dead and it's the dead of night and you've got an injury that you need to tend to, the 12-hour glow stick might save your ass in a situation where you definitely need to see what you're bandaging or tending to. 2 zippers open up and it kind of folds out on itself. I have a SAM splint here from Rhino Rescue. The whole kit basically is a refill kit from Rhino Rescue, and the reason I went with this style of SAM splint, it's just folded differently so that instead of being in a big roll, it can fit in the IFAK itself. For those that don't know what a SAM splint is basically like a rigid piece of foam with a piece of flexible metal in the center that can support a fractured arm or lower extremity depending on how bad the fracture itself is. I do have a emergency combat bandage here. This is the smaller one in the kit. This is a 4-inch width-wise, so 4 inches wide bandage. I do have 6-inch bandages as well that sit in my regular kit that I have in my car. It's a much larger kit. Moving on, you have the cravat, and you notice how everything is vacuum sealed in here. This is just to save space, that's all. So you have your what they call your combat cravat and your emergency bandage thus far in the kit. I also have in here a 28 French simple nasal airway. Again, somebody may say, well, what are you carrying a nasal airway for in your IFAK? If somebody comes upon you and you're unconscious and not able to maintain your airway, this nasal airway may give them enough for them to bag you as well while you're unconscious. And with that, we have the standard lubricating jelly. For those of you who've never put in a nasal airway before, you're going to want to use that. One of many that I carry, just a down and dirty cat tourniquet. This is one of 5 that I have, not on my person, but I have one in my IFAK, one on my uniform, and then I have 2 more in my larger kit that I keep outside of, or in my car, I should say. Just down and dirty eye shield, nothing fancy about that, but for an eye injury it comes in handy to wrap up. A single pair of nitrile gloves, just in case somebody wants to protect themselves. We as medical providers, scene safety, BSI, that goes, the whole way. probably carry more than I should here, but I have in this front pouch a total. I have two different styles. I have the style that came with the Rhino Rescue refill packet, and then I have a different brand of chest seal. So I have a total of 4 of these. I'm trying to get the camera to focus here for you guys, if you can see that. But I have a total of 4 chest seals in here, and they just fit really nicely in this front pouch, and that's why I have so many. Not only that, but if you've got multiple GSWs to your chest, you may need more than 1 chest seal. The last thing I have in here that is something that a lot of people may miss just because of size is the S-rolled gauze that we have in these vacuum packed packages. The reason again that it's vacuum packed is to minimize the space that it takes up. If anybody knows how big a large roll of gauze is, it would take up pretty much the entirety of the inside of this IFAK, whereas there is it's 4.5 inches wide and it's 4.1 yards when it's stretched out. So there's a significant amount of gauze here for wound packing or for wrapping something up in general. And that's pretty much it. I mean, everything that you see here on the table is stuff that goes in my IFAK and that I carry on a regular basis. Like I said, this is just your down and dirty kit that is for you specifically and not for anybody else. That's why it is such a light kit, and it's something that in an oh shit situation you have to take care of yourself. If you guys have any questions regarding an IFAK or where I got anything, feel free to leave a comment. The kit that I have from Rhino Rescue or North American Rescue, if I remember correctly, was $45 on Amazon. However, I can get you guys an exact number. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.